Hello everyone. Today we are going to go through Manasa and stones, which is a problem under implementation section of algorithm on HackerRank. So without wasting time, let us have a look on the problem statement. So in this problem statement, we receive as input three values. We have n denoting the number of stone, and then we have two values representing the possible difference between two stone. What does that mean exactly? Let's say here we have two stone, and then we say the difference can be either 2 or it can be 3. That means from stone 0 to stone 1, we can have either 2 as difference, or we can have 3. From stone 1 to stone 2, the same thing, we can have either 2 as difference or 3 as difference. Let's have a better picture of it to see how it will look like. We say we have a total of 2 stones, so we have stone 0, stone 1, and stone 2. Given that we have those 3 stones, what are the possible value of stone 1? It can be either 2 or 3 because those are the possible differences. Now, given that the stone 1 is 2, what is the possible value of stone 2? It can be either 4 or 5. It can be either 4 or 5. Now, given that the second stone is 3, what is the possible value of stone 2? It can be either 5 or 6. So the possible value will be 4, 5, and 6. So this is what we are supposed to do in this problem. We are supposed to find out what is the least, the possible of the last element. Now, how are we going to organize ourselves to achieve that? How are we going to arrange ourselves to have the list of the possible value of the last stone? So if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, I really encourage you to subscribe to do not miss what you are doing here in terms of data structure, algorithm, and problem solving. So what we are going to do is that we are going to take a really simple approach. You do agree with me that we have A and B. So if you have n stone, the last value, like the minimum possible value, is actually the value where the differences are actually based on the smallest one. What does that mean? That means here the smallest possible value is 4. Why 4? Because if we just have the difference of 2, 2, 2, 2, we are going to land out at 4. Make sense? And the next possible value is actually using as much as the small you can use, and then use only one big. So it will be 2 and 3. So from this, you can understand that a logic you can use is actually starting from the smallest element, like the smallest possible difference. You can start from 8 times the number of stone, and then while moving, what you're going to do is that you are going to remove one of the smallest difference and add one of the big difference. Removing this and add this is actually adding the difference of this. Simple. So by doing so, you can perform this operation until the actual the actual value of the last stone is equal to the value of the biggest stone times the number of stone. So to achieve that, what are we going to do? We are going to first find out the minimum element, because we are not sure that A is always less than B. We are going to find the maximum element, and from that we are going to find the step. The step is actually the difference between the maximum and the minimum. So to know exactly by what value we are going to increment from our starting point. Once you have it, we can create our initial result, a vector, and then that is the value we are going to return. And then for each of the element, like from I moving from this first element is actually the number of stone we have times the minimum element. I is less or equal to the last element. This is the last element, I plus plus, and then you add this value. Once you have everything correct here from the loop, you need to think of the last element, because I say I less than b times n minus 1. That means the last element will not be part of this loop. And it's important to not put this element in this loop, because if you do put it here, when a will be equal to b, you are going to have infinite loop here. So either you put it here and then you put a condition here, or you don't put it here and then you add the last element here. Up to you. For me, all of them are the same. So now, given you have this, everything is okay, you can run and see what it gives. This will not actually work, because this is actually not a good thing. When you say a will take minimum of a and b, you kind of erase the value of a, which will affect this result, and this is something you don't want to do. But we know the goal here. The goal here is that we want to give to a the minimum value of a and b, and to b the maximum value of a and b. One solution can be to create different variable, like you can say let minimum take this, let maximum take this, and then you perform. Or you can use this fancy approach that I really like. It will be something like this. So you just perform the permutation. By doing so, if A is actually greater than B at the end of this operation, A will take B, B will take A, and then everything should work. So let us submit and see what they give. Nice, everything is going perfect. So this is one way of solving this. Another way of solving this is you can directly make use of, like, if you don't want to have a bunch of code like this, you can make use of this approach. For instance, let me share with you this one. So it's basically the same idea, just that to avoid falling in this error of having the mean here, which is affecting, which is not actually correct, you could have something like this. Like you have your result, you put directly the mean here, and then everything will still be the same. Let us submit and see what it gives. Nice, it is working perfect. So this was my approaches of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to leave me a comment in the comment section so we can interact on anything related to this problem. See you on the next video. Take care, keep learning. Ciao.